Yes,
Stone
I
Brewery
would like a
doesn't
beer.
like it when you call them that.
Well,
We're drinking a
They're
Keith.
not here, are they?
Also, who cares?
All right, hold on.
No, I understand though.
Just trying to pull up.
Keith Stone.
Well, how would you like
There
it
we
if
go.
Scar was like, would you like a fucking ZV5?
They kind of do. ZVX.
Yeah. Well, it
kinda
pisses
do.
you off, doesn't it?
Does
Yeah.
piss me off, Thomas.
Okay, so
All right, a little rusty here. We
Don't
are,
do that.
We are
It says
recording.
Stone right on it though.
yeah, they did that on purpose, dude. Look.
Let's go ahead and go to the intro.
Sundown After Dark. Your host Bryan Chamberlain, presented by Sundown Audio.
Have a fan in there blowing in this room or something.
Something like that.
Donnie, get a fan. Blow it at low speed from over there to here.
All right, so we are recording.
It's hot in here.
It's been a long time since we've done an episode.
Shoe buddy.
Fuck you and fuck your couch.
Fuck the computer is what's going on.
Thomas
right now.
loves you guys.
So,
Fuck off.
We are limping.
You wanted the fucking angry guy, you get the angry guy, all right?
We are limping here. Computer's still a little funny. Hope to God it makes it through the whole show.
Not just the pre-show.
Yeah, just a little rundown of what happened. Last show that we did, that we recorded, was with Jerry Howard.
Oh yeah, it was.
Okay, and then that day, I just got done editing the video, just finished, and I was uploading it on YouTube, and the whole computer crashed. And it kept crashing and crashing, and it kept crashing and crashing. So we thought it was a hard drive issue. We sent it to a buddy that we know that works at Intel, and he actually handles the hard drive section.
SSD, Brian.
SSD, same difference. Hard drive, it's where all the shit's stored, right? That's where my the operating system was stored on. I couldn't connect. I think Windows did an update and completely fucked the computer. Anyway, he did what he can do.
Nobody's listening. They want you to talk about your balls or something.
I do. I'm going to talk about balls earlier or later. I am actually
All right.
going to talk about my nuts, even though I shouldn't. Anyway, weeks later, this computer's still not 100%, but it's working, and it's taken me days to get it where it is now. We have to do a show.
Have to do a show.
Have to.
Do they know about this sign? Can
Which sign? Yeah, show it. Show it to that camera right there.
Can they see it?
For those listening, it says warning. It's a warning sign. It says dangerous gases, and there's a dude farting flames out of his ass.
And that's Bryan.
That was from Jen. That was our secretary that got that for me.
Brian's such an ass guy.
He is.
I'm kind
He
of.
would want to be the ass guy.
I'm more of a tit guy.
Nah,
That's not what we're talking about.
you know
I
what
know.
I'm talking about.
That is funny. So anyway, here we are, finally doing a show. Like I said, we're kind of
Gassy
limping,
bastard.
and you know what's funny is I still don't have anything to talk about. But
You should have, Brian.
Yeah,
I
know,
wasn't even
should've-
supposed to be here.
I should have written things down. Since we've done a show last, I know Jacob, you and I and Derrick and Brandon went out to Alabama, and we went to that show. That was
We
the
sure did.
Triple Fest held by
Incriminator Audio.
Incriminator and one of their dealers out in that area. At the end of this show, I'm going to go ahead and do an outro video with all the pictures and shit that I took while we were there. So we had a booth there, and that show's growing. I'm told there was about almost double the amount of people there was the previous year.
It was a good show, man.
So thank you to Nick and Incriminator for hosting that show. It was fantastic, and I guess we'll see you at our show in August. It's August 17th.
Oh, dude, it was so awesome. I got to see Nick Wright complaining to the police when they tried to shut his show down.
That took like an hour, too.
Oh, man, it was so awesome. I
So
love
it's
Nick.
like, it was so weird because you've got there was in Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
You had the town police and I guess the county police, and one was not notified.
Yeah, I
over
don't
the
remember
other.
which one was which, but one of them came and they're like, yeah, those are city ordinance. If we can hear you, they said from 5 feet.
5
If we
feet.
can hear you from 5 feet.
I could piss louder in 5
So-
feet.
So Nick Wright was like, well, I done already talked to everybody here, and the town said it was fine. Fairground said it was fine. These guys said it was fine. And they're like, well, we understand
That's
that,
really
sir.
how he talks,
Yes.
by the way.
They're like, we understand that, sir, but we have the... He's like, so you're telling me, if I get my term lab right here, and I go right over there to the Coca-Cola bottling plant, stand right outside the door, hold the microphone up, and not tell you that annoys me, you're going to tell them to shut it down? Hey, that train right over there is pretty loud. You gonna tell them and turn it off?
Fuck trains.
So I didn't get to hear the conversation because I was in the booth, which was like,
Oh man, Nick was going on.
which
He
was
was
like 30 foot from their booth. Like, all I see is his hands going.
He
like
was
this.
on point, man, and I understand the officer there. He had to be there, so he was just
Right.
like, "I understand, sir. I understand, sir. Let me call my supervisor." And Nick's like, "You call that supervisor, all right?"
Yeah, it was a kick-ass show.
I don't know how your stuff is plugged up, Brian.
What's
I can't
that?
get the fan going. I don't
Oh,
know.
because there's no outlet. The outlet that I use for that is working that light right there.
You got to run an extension cord.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a. I use the extension cord from a grinder.
What about
But-
hey? So hooked up to that in that corner over there is an outlet. Just unplug something, and you should get that working.
Hell yeah.
Unplug the white one, the white extension cord. Whatever's hooked up to that.
Okay.
Well, I should have. Okay, we're good. I should have looked first. So it's really hot in this room. We don't have air conditioning, and in the particular room that we're in, actually, we can kind of talk about something. Actually, and I don't actually. So this room is, and that's loud as shit, Donnie.
There, turn it down.
Holy fuck.
There we go.
All right,
That's perfect. That feels great.
that's kind of okay. We should be all right there.
Yeah. you turn it off though.
It's gonna be too loud. Yeah, it's super loud. Put it in the other room, maybe.
Yeah, put it in another
Is
room.
that low?
Yeah.
What's okay?
Anyway, so this room that we're in is halfway.
Put it over there.
It's halfway
and so
painted.
just let it blow into here.
Okay, for those of you who ever come in here, you'll notice like, oh, this room's really smaller than I thought. It's because I cut the room in half.
There
and
you
did
go.
Half
Oh,
of
it
it's
feels
the
great.
podcast room, and that's still loud as shit.
It's fine, Brian.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, definitely.
Barely.
The people on the interwebs are going to hear
They're
it.
gonna have to deal with it because it's 1,000,000,000 degrees in here.
Yeah, so the other half of the room, there's like 2 boarded up windows, and we were going to put an air conditioner in the one room.
Yep.
I never finished painting that room because I was going to do it recently, but we are looking at possibly another property.
Oh yeah, that's true. We are looking at.
Can we
another
talk about that a little bit?
A little bit, I guess.
Yes. So again, I don't have air conditioning in this room because
Yeah.
everything's on pause. Because if we move to a different facility, I'm gonna have to redo all this shit anyway.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, I'm going through all the processes. You know how banks are.
Yes.
So I'm trying to purchase another large commercial building, the pre-existing commercial building,
Right.
about 5 miles down the road. It's actually about 75% larger than the building we're in now. So
And this is a big ass
and
building.
it has a bunch of air-conditioned, like, office-style space, which is what we need more of.
Yeah, Jake showed us the pictures. Him, Brandon, and Derrick went out there and showed us the pictures.
It's pretty sexy.
And the office is insane. It's huge,
Yeah.
huge.
There's 10 offices. There's a boss's office with its own private bathroom, so I don't have to deal with Brian's asshole.
You're still gonna have to deal with it. Like
All
the
of you
smell
have
is
asked
No.
cancer.
Other bathrooms
All
are
of
far
you.
enough away.
I'll purposely
I don't have
shit
to
in
worry
your
about it.
bathroom.
Let me
No,
explain something.
Biometrics.
All of you have ass cancer.
Yes, that's how I'm
Please-
gonna go. Totally.
Please get it looked at because the fucking smells that come from the office bathroom are like nothing I have ever smelled before.
Hey, where's
It-
Derrick?
It
He
is
should be here.
He's doing Derrick shit.
I told him that we're recording.
By the
too.
way, I'm rocking one of Derrick's new shirts.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he gave me one.
Eat, Sleep, Sundown Audio.
And they're all
Check it
metallic
out.
and shit.
And,
They're almost as metal as Thomas.
They're very high quality metallic. It's. I remember the old shirt. The decal is bigger.
Yeah.
That
That was
It
a screen
wasn't. It
printed
wasn't
one.
metallic either.
It wasn't
The original
metallic.
one
This
wasn't
is
metallic.
shinier.
I believe it was screen printed. It was like different colors
Yeah, it
and
was
shit.
screen printed. We used to have someone else do that.
I actually used to hate the old shirt. I never wore it, and
I
I'm
liked
wearing
it.
this one. So buy this one. Buy Derrick's shirts.
And you can get that on his website, which
If
when
you
he
like
comes
what
in,
you
he can
see
tell you
here-
what his website is. I don't remember it. I think it's sundownunofficial.com, I believe is what it is.
Thomas, that sounded like if Ted Bundy sold shirts. That was really scary.
So anyway, yeah, new building maybe
Sounds
on the
like an
horizon, guys.
Yeah. Again, we'll talk more about
I'll
that
take
when
the compliment.
we have more details, but we are looking to scoot over to a building that works better for us.
Yeah.
So anyway, how did I get into that? Oh, because this room's not finished. There's no
This
air
room is
conditioning.
hot.
I don't know what we're gonna do, man. Because
I'm actually feeling comfortable, which means the rest of you are melting.
Oh yeah.
The fan's not loud, man. I can
you can
barely hear it in my
see
It
headphones.
feels a lot better with the fan.
I'm a lizard. I'm cold-blooded by
Ugh.
nature.
I can
in
barely
many
hear it
other
in my
ways.
headphones.
So you're saying,
It's all
Thomas,
good.
you were talking about getting our asses checked out. Well, let's segue into that. We're not even going to talk about product right now. We're going to talk about ass problems. Why not? This is what the people
Brian's got
listen
99
for.
problems in his asshole as all of them.
Yes. So, many of you know that I had a vasectomy. Yep.
That was a good transition.
we're talking.
Yeah,
okay.
no. Here we're going to go into the yeah.
Okay.
We're getting into the ass
Nitty-gritty.
territory. We're getting into the devil's
So
driveway.
to get to the ass,
Yeah.
gotta go through the other parts first. Anyway, so yes,
Yeah,
I had the vasectomy. It went well.
Never mind.
However, it's been like a month and a half, I guess, since I've had that, and I was supposed to have my I was supposed to give them a sample. By the way, and I haven't done that yet.
You haven't done it yet.
I asked my doctor, okay, how fresh does this need to be when I hand it to them? Because he didn't tell me. He said within 30 minutes. That means I pretty much have to. Then they don't have a room. It's just like
You're
a
gonna,
lab.
have, you're gonna have to whack it in the car.
I'm gonna have to whack it in the car.
No, they
Can you imagine
Don't they give you a bathroom?
I mean, I guess I could use the bathroom in the.
I can
right
see
in the
Brian
lab.
out in front of the doctor's office just whacking it.
Just making all these noises.
But- So first off, you know how most doctors' offices, it's a one door. It's like one toilet.
Yeah,
Okay, it's
yeah.
not like a multiple stall.
I'm
situation.
sure there's an extra toilet. There's like that, like
No, but then-
like the VIP toilet.
Okay, well then think about this. All right, I have to tell the nurse, oh, I need to use your bathroom to handle some business, and she's gonna be like, oh, well, here's the bathroom, and then imagine she'll be just counting down the time, how long it's gonna take.
Someone like
Did you
knocks
say it
on the
that?
door.
Like, I gotta go handle
Yeah.
some business.
I don't know. I haven't done it yet.
Oh.
I have to. Anyway,
It's a weird feeling, like when you got to jerk it and there's people waiting.
yeah, it's
on
like they're
you.
waiting
How
for you.
often does that happen to you?
And she's
Tom?
just telling all of her nurse friends and all the lab people, hey, that guy's in the bathroom cranking it right now.
Here's Derrick.
Hey, Derrick.
So
We're talking about masturbation, Derrick.
Yeah.
anyway, what? So we're talking about getting our ass checked. I have a.
And masturbation.
Hey, Derrick, you're 40
Derrick,
now.
you're what, like 50? Have you got your ass checked?
Yep, it's not fun.
All right.
So,
I had to go get checked when I was younger.
oh, is that mic not working? Talking to it.
I'm talking.
Son of a
Check.
bitch.
The mic's not working.
It's a little quiet.
Yeah, that mic's not working.
It's not a little quiet. It's
Oh, hey,
a lot
flip
of
the
off.
switch. I think there's a switch on top. There you go.
Hey,
There you
I
go.
heard something happen.
Talk in front of it.
Yo,
Hey, there we go.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Derrick.
there we
All right,
We're
so
back.
I'm at the
Talking
urologist
about ass problems.
because I had
Urologist,
a
yeah.
scheduled appointment at the urologist to have him just check my junk after
Yeah.
the surgery, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a month and a half later. Since then, since my procedure, I have had intermittent bloody loads. Okay?
No, you're not. Oh my God.
I'm getting into it. Why not?
That is never a good sign.
No, it's never a good sign. It's scary as shit. Just not like full blown blowing blood. Just like a little bit in.
That's still not a good
the
sign.
rest of it, right?
Ever.
It actually happens more than you'd think.
It was scary.
I've
Okay.
never had this happen.
Well, you've
Yeah,
never
me
had
either.
trauma down there, I assume.
I've never had trauma there. No.
So I guess that's
See,
what
it's
happened.
happened to me, but I had some trauma.
We did talk about
We can
that.
talk about your
We've-
trauma.
Yeah, we've told that story.
So,
though. We've
but
already
real
told
quick-
that story.
Have we?
So
I
anyway,
guess I wasn't
I
there.
tell the doctor
Yeah.
about this. He's like, "Oh, okay, that happens every once in a while. It's because he's down. You're a little swollen. You're a little bit. Maybe it's a little infected. So I got some
A little bit swollen.
antibiotics for that. It doesn't hurt. Everything's great. It works great. It works. But he's like, all right. Well, I need to make sure it's not your prostate
It works great.
because apparently
I'm fucking seriously
apparently
thinking
if you're-
about everything that led me up to this point in my life
It
right
sounds
now.
like he's just got a new can opener or something. It works great.
Why is that, Thomas?
Got a warranty and
I
everything.
did not
Thank
think
you,
that
Sears.
I would be here.
all new and improved. Anyway, version 2. So where was I?
Unless it's
Anyway,
sundown, then it's
so he's
some
like,
bullshit.
He's like, hey, I need to check your
you had a
prostate.
letter.
He was so quick about it. First off, my pants are already down because he's already looking at things. He says, he's like, go ahead and turn around. So I do. He's like, this is a little weird, but I gotta do it. It's like he's up there, does a couple twisty turnies, and pulls it out. It's like a matter of 2 seconds. Okay,
Wait, pulls what out?
his finger.
Oh,
And he said, this is a little weird.
Yeah, he's like, I know this is a little weird.
Did he have both hands on
But,
your
but
shoulders?
was
or-
there any warning before that?
Not really. No. He's,
No.
Well, he did say he needed to check my prostate, which I know what that means, but I wasn't ready. I was like, oh, I'm just going to turn around. Bam!
So it's just like, hello, neighbor.
No,
Yeah.
no countdown, like a 3-2.
No, nothing. Because he didn't want me to clinch, I guess. I don't. There was no clinching. Had no time.
We're no clinch about it, boy.
Brian is the king of ass problems
So
and
my-
ass stories.
My
and-
prostate is doing just fine. If anybody had any,
But if
thoughts on
any,
that.
I
yeah,
don't think anybody cared.
No, not a single thought at all.
Fantastic.
nobody. Brian, let me tell you about my ass.
And my bloody loads.
God, you had to say
Everybody
it twice.
probably turned off when they heard that part. Anyway,
Welcome to the show.
got some antibiotics, and hopefully that fixes.
Fuck
things.
my life.
Yeah.
Like, why
So
am
Derrick's
I
here.
Hey, Derrick.
We were actually just talking about that shirt that Thomas is wearing. And where can people find that shirt?
SundownUnofficial.com,
It's a good shirt.
along with several other tees, several new ones on the way. As soon as I find some time to sit down and do the rest of the designs,
Right. Yeah,
Hey, what
dude,
about the Project SPO?
I have those.
Can I
And
get one of those?
Experience
I like
over
the-
everything.
Yeah,
I like the
Although-
red, white, and blue.
all the Project SPLs in multiple colors. They're available. The Eat Sleep Sundowns, the old classic Sundown tees, they've been brought back. The
Is it-
Experience Over Everything tees.
So was it Kyle
We're
doing
bringing-
his CEA over
I'll give you
rating
this one
over,
back. We'll
over
make a trade.
experience?
Fuck this shirt. I take
Yeah,
everything I
I'm
said
bringing
back.
back the She,
You
the
can
She
have
Loves
two,
My
Thomas.
8 inches. That one's coming back.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
what are you gonna do about
the
the?
Sundown Nut Hugger. I'm
Wait,
trying to
Derrick,
update the designs as well.
I have a
When-
question. I need a special one for Brian. I'm bringing back the SA 2.75, so I need you to make a shirt for Brian.
We can do that.
She
We'll-
loves
we'll
my
do-
2.75 inches.
We'll do a limited run. She Loves My 2.75
Have,
inches.
just have
You
my
do it
face
like
on
a,
it.
like a red and white swirl.
Oh
Color.
God, that's horrible.
Brian, can we
Yeah.
can we tell this story about you at the desk the other day?
At the desk,
Which one? Where he shit himself?
the fart, shit. Did I have a boner? What happened?
It was all of those things.
At the
was-
same time.
I don't know. Tell me a story. I don't remember it.
Missed it. What happened, Thomas? Tell us more, Sensei.
If I have to edit it, I will. So no worries.
I don't remember exactly how it happened because it was so mundane. At first, it was just Brian just ripping farts,
That's pretty normal.
and then it was pretty normal. So there's nothing to remember. Like that part of the story isn't interesting. But then he was just like, "Oh, that was pretty rancid," and you lifted up to like air things out, and you were just like, "Oh, and I got a boner," and then and you're like, "Didn't know that." You sat back down, trying to hide it.
God damn it, Brian. What were you looking at on your work computer?
This is friction, man.
That's not how friction works.
Maybe I get anxiety while you're. And
Dude,
maybe it's like an
You
anxiety.
guys not how
boner.
And
anxiety
then
works.
every car ride,
Yeah.
every car ride,
Monster test.
like Brian gets,
I get boners when I drive for no
Brian
reason.
gets a semi from just like the vibrations of the vehicle or the road or something. It
Yeah.
has to advertise it to everyone.
Hey, guys. Check this out.
He's ah,
Damn it.
it's so fucking stupid.
That,
Well,
is,
hey.
that is not a banana in his pocket.
But you know what, guys? I love
Never.
you all.
Yeah,
And I would never share this type of information with other people.
Except for the public. Right now.
Yeah.
This is what we bleed for our art, Brian. We
Yeah.
bleed.
So Derek, we were also talking about. We'll just move
So
on.
anyway, how about them shirts?
How about them shirts?
We're also talking about Triple Fest. That's the last time we recorded a show was the week before Triple Fest when Jerry was here. So it's been that long since we
it's been a
recorded.
while.
Yeah. So since then we went to Alabama, where you did not blow your windshield.
They did not. I haven't blown a windshield since the week before Triple Fest.
So what's different? I know people are going to ask.
I'll be right back.
Honestly, the only thing different is the glue. That's it. I didn't know what I was doing wrong, and I couldn't figure it out. So I hired a company that I've been buying windshields through. I hired them. I was like, look, just send somebody out. I will pay you. And then when the guy got here, I grilled this guy with questions. Like I was there next to him, watching every little step, asking him every little question. You know, I made sure of what type of windshield, which was actually the very first windshield I tried out. It was the FYG that blew instantly. Like it didn't make it anywhere.
Right.
And it was that same glass. So it was a windshield I'd blown in the past, so I know the glass wasn't better.
Mm-hmm.
And he cut the old windshield out, and I asked him, like, what do you think of the glue and how we did it? And he's
Right.
like, it's fine, except some of the glue was still wet from the old windshield, and that
Oh.
had been in there for over a week.
Wait, wasn't that the problem the first time it happened too? Like
Yes.
they just didn't.
Yes,
It
and
was
I had already changed the type of glue I was using, but
And it was still.
I was still having a problem.
It's
Yeah,
nice the
because
fact that he was able to
I
even
was-
that he was welcome enough to let you or ask and answer your questions.
The dude was cool. I mean,
What
I
company
was
was
trying
that,
not. I think Carolina Windshield. Carolina Windshield down here in Hickory. That's who I hired. Yeah, the dude. I felt like I was pestering him, but I was just like, he's
Right.
gonna have to tell me to stop because I've got to know. I've got to figure
It's
this
like
out.
when you learn anything and you don't know
And-
anything about it.
Yeah, the only thing he did different, and he confirmed this, he said it was glued in right, everything was good. He had a different type of glue. He told me the name of it, and I forget.
Is it a 2-part?
But it was a. They use these huge guns, and they're electric, and he has what they call sausage casings. It's just this epoxy or this urethane,
Right.
and these huge, just plastic tubes. And he gave me the name
Sausages.
of it, but I had already bought what was recommended me, which was the Sika glue.
Right.
Is what a lot of companies recommend or whatever. And I showed him the glue that I already bought with that. And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's great stuff. You'll be fine with that stuff." But that's it. That's all that changed was the glue that was used, and the professional guy came and he put it in. And
Right.
So it was mostly prep work, I guess.
Not even in prep. I mean, we were prepping it fine. It was literally just the glue. So I'd only been using 3M stuff, and I tried different models of 3M urethane, but they all dried hard. Every one of them dried like almost
It's almost like
completely hard.
you almost have to have a little more give in
You
the
have
glue.
to have give. That's the biggest thing with the urethane that's in there now is more rubbery. Like you can touch it right now, it just feels like silicone. And even when I hit it, when I turn it up, you can watch the windshield bow out. Like the
Right.
whole windshield moves now,
But it
and
goes
it didn't do
back.
that before.
Oh, yeah,
Damn.
so it was just shattering before instead of moving.
Yeah, like it would hold the pressure up to a point where the very last one that I recorded real good, and I got an up close shot of it. It was like it held the pressure up until it just resonated to the point it just shattered. The whole
Right.
thing just shattered instantly. There was no flex, no bend. It was just good and then shatter. Now it just flexes out, doesn't break. Cool.
Hell yeah.
Downside is I lost my ass when that happened.
Really?
Why do you think?
The tighter you hold it, the better your SPL.
Gotcha.
So now that windshield
It's
bows
got-
out,
yeah.
I lost a ton.
Really?
Now that it does that.
So with that being said, and I'm sure those are the woofers that you want to keep running in that vehicle, what steps are you going to take now?
Well, I
Secret.
still got other things I need to do inside of the build as far as getting in there and doing some modifications. I still need to completely rebuild the loading wall. It's still what I call the janky loading wall, where I took all the scrap wood and it's all the little short pieces of wood I just stacked up in there and just screwed them together. None of it's even glued together, nothing.
Oh, shit.
Are you going to compete with Project SPL at Slamology?
Yes, Project SPL is going to Slamology. It's going to compete.
Oh yeah.
Slamology is in less than 2 weeks, folks. We're going to have a big booth. That's the show that we go to where we take everything.
Yeah,
And
with
if
us.
you're
Yeah,
the
we're
first
taking
to
the van.
comment, you get a free Project SPL shirt. You get no.
Nah, I don't care. We can give it.
Let's do it.
There we go.
Why
Thomas,
not?
Thomas
Four
first person to
free
comment on
Project
YouTube.
SPL shirts.
How about
Might
that?
be going too far, Thomas.
Just one. So yeah,
Just send
first,
us your,
Project
send
SPL
us
will
your
be
PO
there.
box.
We're taking the van. The big Sundown van will be there.
So the first
handing out
person
demos.
on this video to write out "Old Man Balls" gets the shirt.
there you go, old man balls.
There you go. You get a Project SPL.
Is this really
shirt.
happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
But you have
I
to.
just did
That's
it.
up to him.
You have to attend Slamology and come pick it up in person.
Yes.
Oh shit.
There's
Well, we
the
know-
catch.
well, here-
It's 2 part.
Well, see, Kendra will probably be the first. So
Is Kendra going
Is
to be
he-
there?
is Coming
he's
to
in
Slam?
Kansas. That's a far drive for him, but I don't see why not. I'm sure he would like.
I hope
to
he
come.
does come out. That'd be cool.
That'd be kick ass.
Yeah.
So yeah,
are we
anyways,
going to do a show from Slamology?
I don't have portable equipment yet. I got like one more payment on this shit, and then
We could do something
We'll
live
figure something out.
on a tablet or something.
Yeah.
I
do
guess it depends. When it comes to a show situation, it's good to have lapel mics because it'll you're not going to hear all the outside shit going on.
Lapel mics to have with your caviar.
Do you have those?
No,
No,
So
I'm not that fancy.
I hear you pretty well when you go to
What-
shows.
when there's shit going on in the background, it's kind of hard to hear. You have to
Oh,
have
yeah.
Like a fan.
It gets loud at the shows.
Or a train.
Yeah, and
Or
these
train
if I
or
were to bring like these
fucking
microphones,
train,
like
by
this
God.
equipment, you would just pick up everything. It'd be a mess. Just like it's picking up that fan right now. It sounds like shit.
That fan. He's a funny comedian.
That fan. So anyway, yes,
Our
we'll be
biggest fan is in the studio today.
we'll be at Slam.
It's right over there.
Oh damn! So we'll be at Slamology. We'll have both booths. We'll have demo builds, and usually we bring in some of our Team Sundown folks with their demo builds as well.
Are you going to bring those shirts to Slam to sell?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm working on getting as many shirts as I can produced by the time we leave.
Gotcha.
That's why
And they're free if you comment "old man balls" on this video. Hashtag
the
old
first
man
person.
balls.
What about the After Dark stuff? Is Kyle gonna bring that stuff?
You know, I don't know. I don't know if he himself is going to do a booth.
Oh.
I know he brings his vehicle, which I don't know if he didn't come last year, did he?
As far as I know, Kyle came up to Slamology one time, and they just drove up there just to drive up there and hang out.
Yeah.
I don't remember him there last year.
I don't know if he's going to bring it. I guess we can ask, and if Kyle wants to, I mean, I'm sure he can do some kind
It
of.
would take
booth.
a lot to get Kyle's vehicle up there.
Yeah.
It's very heavy.
It's heavy as shit. But yeah, that'd be cool.
Like we'd have to tow it. And we're
And maybe
towing Derek's.
I can have him make some shirts in advance,
Technically, I'm
for
towing
us.
mine. We're towing the
and we can send
van.
him.
Okay.
That's
I
why.
don't
That's the
know.
only reason I bought this new truck.
just
Just to tow the
curious.
Blazer around.
Okay.
We're getting
I got
close,
you.
so
Well, I mean, Derek's got a vector file. If he has time, he can make a couple After Dark shirts too, and we can bring them up there.
So, Derek's been doing a lot of good new videos. Have you guys seen those?
Mhm.
the LCS one was really cool.
They're actually very excellent.
The
and
past few-
incredibly entertaining.
Have been geared towards something.
And I don't like
Totally.
anything.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think we should really talk about
We can't.
that.
No,
We should totally talk about that.
You think
should
so?
totally.
I mean, I just
as long as we're not
I didn't want to
slandering
stoop
or
to
No defamation,
levels.
yeah.
Well, we'll just say that somebody else tested our product and we didn't like what they did. Derek tested it the right way.
There you go. And then they also tested it the right way
The second time.
the second time around, and
I
it
did watch the
made
whole
an
thing,
apology,
though.
and we thank you very much.
It was entertaining.
Then I had someone come at me on the Sundown Facebook. He's like, well, I guess that shows the best that China can offer you. And I was like, well, it's my design, bro. So
Yeah,
he was
I,
like,
I saw that. Dude.
he was like, if you don't see the problem with that, then that's all, bro. And I was like, the problem? What?
Yeah, when he just looked like another guy that's like, well, it's bad because it's made in China. Like, some people are just like,
Yeah.
why not make it in America? It's like, because it just
It
wouldn't
would cost
exist.
twice at least.
That's like-
Supposedly, Company X's coil was made in America, and it was a 3-inch, and it didn't handle what our 2.5 does.
And
so
it was definitely not made in America.
there you go. It doesn't look like it, but I don't want to say it's not because I don't have any proof.
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna say from my
choke on a
observation, it
chode.
did not look like an American coil.
Ass
Right.
bag.
It didn't look like what I normally would consider an American
there's-
coil, but I'm not
I'm
going to
just
say
going to
it's
say
not.
the shit that these other people aren't saying.
But when it comes to the whole made in China thing, people want to flip out about it, and it's like, I just want to, like, do you own a TV? It's made in China.
Well, was it the same
You know,
coil?
do you drive
Somewhere
a
there.
car? There's parts in your car that are made in China.
Was it the
100%
same-
definitely.
Was it the same coil between the two versions?
No, they changed
After
the coil.
Company X.
They made the coil. It was better. It was better.
Okay. I know the
Yeah.
placement was different just based on.
Yeah, and that could even come down to production tolerance. It's hard to say, but
Okay.
the coil was a better coil.
Clearly, the positioning looked different to me.
Yeah,
Well,
that's something you have to stay on top of with the suppliers, just to make sure they position your coils right.
I guess it's not so bad that we mentioned. Those were not.
we just didn't say a name, and you know what? And
my
it's not,
rules when I shoot a video, I unless people want me to, unless I'm purposely doing a video to promote a product, I don't mention other companies' names. So when I made any videos about I didn't like this test, I just made sure I didn't mention the company's name at all.
Right.
Because I'm not going to give this other company any advertising. They can give us all the free advertising they want. I'm not going to give it back.
Also,
So-
this is a rhetorical performance. There's no reason to believe anything I say or do.
There you go. Let's go ahead and go to a commercial for a minute.
Are you sick and tired of playing sloppy edits with squared off sine waves? Want a moment of clarity? Then sit back and relax and experience what it's like to get rustified. When it comes to transforming new hits and old classics into the best street bangers, ain't nobody got the sweet sounds of the 808s like Russ. With frequencies ranging from spleen-busting high-end to digging all the way down low into the subsonic abyss, Rusticals has what you need. Sundown After Dark has teamed up to give you an exclusive offer to save big on his iconic sound. So pull out your mobiles and browse your way over to www.djrusticals.com and pick up your preloaded DJ Rusticals Fire Stick USB today. Go ahead and save 10%. Use promo code After Dark. That's www.djrusticals.com and use promo code After Dark at checkout.
Garbage. And there's no science. None. And people would rather believe these stupid fucking myths.
We're recording now.
Cool.
And Thomas is talking about CEA ratings.
The myths in karate.
In a related
Yeah.
field. Not
So,
whatever.
Brian, you think anybody that's watching the podcast noticed I got a haircut?
Probably not.
No.
Jake did get a haircut, but it's been like two weeks
It
now.
was getting ridiculous, dude.
It was bad, man.
You got Sonic quills.
Yeah.
It was rough. There
It
was
was,
memes about your head.
It was totally
Oh, the
hedgehog.
Pennywise
in
one
the
was really
back.
funny.
That was pretty
There
funny.
was a
Yeah,
Pennywise meme?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
I took a selfie with my baby, and when the way that the lens is, anything towards the edge gets stretched out. So I made my forehead like twice as tall as it already is.
Oh, shit.
Mr. Big Head.
I think it wasn't it Kyle that did that?
Hank.
Was it Hank?
Was
Oh,
it
Hank
Hank?
Veach.
Hank did it.
Huge fan of Pennywise. Huge
Yeah.
fan.
All right, so we've got some questions. We're going to start off with the questions that are on our Facebook. Again, folks, if you want to shoot us a question, no matter what the question is or who it's for, you would go to Sundown After Dark on Facebook and then just message us. Or you can give us a phone call. We'll give you the phone number later. All right, so the first question is George Morris, and George is actually one of our dealers, longtime dealers from Extreme Audio and Customs. And he's got a very simple question, which we have
Yeah.
answered before, but why not?
Yeah.
He just wants to know when the X6.5 version 3 is coming out.
I wish I had a good answer on that. I am going back to the drawing board, but I put a couple other things ahead of it. For our local dealers and anyone that had a back order, I'm bringing in like a very small limited run. So I'm expecting that sometime, probably in June. So sometime in June, you get some more V2s.
Right.
But the V3, I have to start all over. Like, it's just not going to
I
work
get
out.
this question like
Go-
daily.
Go back to his question real quick.
To who?
To George. Now, I'm gonna give George a high five because of how simple he made this. Like
Yes.
my name, my company, the product, when.
Yes.
Simple.
Very simple.
Yep,
No crazy.
I didn't
he
have to
didn't like
read a
type out a
book.
whole paragraph about his family history just
Yeah.
just to want to know when the 6.5 is showing
if
up.
you guys notice, when somebody writes a book, I'll have Donnie read it. Because
Hey.
I get switched up when I'm trying to read out loud and do all the controls and shit.
Yeah, some
In
people
my
will send a
opinion-
question and it's just like 3 paragraphs of stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the question.
Right.
It's like just ask your
That's
question.
how our emails are every day.
So I actually got a question about that. You said there's going to be a small run for people with back orders and local people.
There's not going to be
Like-
enough for anybody to, like, stock up. Like, it's just...
So like online.
X version 2.
Yeah,
Dude,
but the
'cause we
only...
have so many people ask about it. Like I
Yeah.
seriously daily I probably get this
Well,
question of when
I
they're
brought
gonna
in
be
a
able to get
special
some.
run for Wovers, etc. They bought a whole run.
That's what I was
and I
gonna
just got a handful
ask.
of extras to fill any back orders that we had dallying around
or
out there.
warranty situations.
My recommendation to anybody right now, get the SA 6.5s. They're freaking awesome.
They are awesome.
Yeah, they're kicking ass.
Like, don't underestimate those. We just did. I posted some pictures on my Instagram and stuff, but we just did the setup in Jimmy here that runs the garage, Town and Country.
Yep.
You know, we just did his bug install. We did 4 SA 6.5s and all the coaxials, and we did a single 1100.5 channel. So
Yep.
he's got the 4 SA 6.5s running off just the sub channel of that, and that thing's it's booming, it's screaming.
Oh, it's like a big boom box
And
out
he
there.
could not believe how good it sounded when he got it back.
Yeah.
So
That's
do
his
not
personal-
sleep on those SA
That's his
6.5s. They
personal
are
vehicle
great.
too, I
Yeah,
believe.
that's a cool little driver. I was really
Yeah.
proud of it because I also managed to make it really shallow. It incorporates a shorting ring, has decent linear X max.
And they're extremely inexpensive.
Yeah,
Yep.
less than $100.
Or don't listen to us and keep buying shit. You can
Yeah.
do it right the first time.
I
There
mean
you
the
go.
X6.5s aren't shit.
Thomas is talking about other companies.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is where we don't have the X6.5s right now, but some people are just like, gotta have it. Like,
Yeah.
look, I'm telling you, try out that SA 6.5. You're going to be surprised.
Yeah, they're,
It's-
they're pretty
you're-
badass.
It's an awesome sub.
All right, so we got another question from Kendrill Holly. Pretty simple question, somewhat. It says, "Is the ZV5 a bottomless sub?"
For all intents and purposes, yes. There's, let's see. 37 plus.
What do you mean by bottomless?
Coil
The
can't
coil
bottom
can't
out.
smack the back.
Yeah,
plate.
the sub would have to
Unless
do.
you
That's
make
typically
it.
what people mean.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be
No
some
one
kind of
heard that.
limit on a subwoofer.
Yeah,
So-
the motor would support about 6 inches peak to peak, which is really beyond what any of our spiders would support. Like if you're ripping your soft parts with like 20,000 watts, maybe. But like it's
Yeah.
for all
And-
intents
and
and purposes, it's bottomless.
It's
Right.
kind of a myth. People are like, they think bottomless sub is cool. Like, cool, I can just sling that thing out there and nothing's going to happen.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
That's what she
Something's gonna hit.
Something's gonna give.
If you're not hitting the coil on the back plate, you're gonna hit the spider on the top plate, or you just the spider that's around. Something's gonna max out.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
do it at some
You remember
point.
I had
So
this talk with you, Donnie?
Keep in mind, there's always
Well-
a max to it.
I had this very talk with you.
About
Bottomless subwoofers.
bottomless. Really?
Fat
don't
bottom
remember.
girl.
I'm sorry.
Shit. Never mind.
When we have this talk?
Nothing.
Was it like right when I started here?
I think that was going into a segue
you-
into something else. He was hoping that you would remember.
No, I don't want to. Never mind.
All right then.
I don't remember.
Bottomless.
Hey, while you're at it, Thomas, that mic's acting kind of funny. Is the switch on omnidirectional or is it on directional? Just a switch for that.
What the fuck is either of those?
All right then.
Do you want it at the
What's cigars falling apart?
infinity symbol?
Sorry.
No, it needs to be on.
At the circle.
No, right in the middle. Right in the middle. The one that's right in the middle. That's the one it needs to be on. All right.
It's in the middle.
All right,
Bubba.
perfect.
There we go.
Fantastic.
Are you referring to the day you pissed me off in the build room? So I don't think that had
Which
anything-
one?
The real bad piss off part. That had nothing to do with the
Never
bottomless.
mind. I
That
don't
was
mean to
the
piss
essay.
anyone off. I just end up
Oh,
doing
I was
it.
livid at you. I was gonna choke him out.
Okay,
for
well,
sure.
choke me
That's
out.
how that goes.
Don't
That was different though.
Don't
Don't,
let
off-
me-
don't
don't
offer
let-
Thomas a good time.
don't let me limp away. Okay, so
Take you out good.
yeah, you better take me
Why
out.
don't you
That's
just
cool.
tickle him?
Thomas is really ticklish.
Yep. So
Really
if everybody
ticklish.
sees Thomas in public,
Tickle
give
him.
him the
Don't
old
tickle him.
finger.
This is how serial killers are made. So
Let's
The
go to
greasy
another
tickler.
question.
That's a
Again-
good one.
So speaking of that, random YouTube video. We let YouTube play during the day at work here, and this YouTube video pops up about the difference between a psychopath and a sociopath. And
yeah,
I really didn't know the detailed difference. One's born and
I
one's
do.
created.
Oh, okay.
That's the difference.
Really?
When you break it down, that was
Yeah.
what it said on YouTube.
All right.
I trust it.
They can't lie on there.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to
Thank
another
you
question.
for that interesting tidbit, yeah, Derrick.
This next question is from Andrew Klein. He says, "How many times did we piss ourselves or laughing during the Rockville promotional video of the essays?" Now, here's the deal. For those of us that watched it live, which I think is just me, Derrick, Donnie, I think you may have watched it a little
Watched a little bit live.
I watched
Um,
the first hour and a half
I watched-
before I just went. I just had that was already a long
Yeah.
time, and I was out at the bar doing this.
bit. Yeah.
I was at the bar. I actually went out back in their little patio area and was watching this on my phone and just chugging beers.
I know I
and
watched
laughing.
the last 45 minutes of it. Jake
I was dying
sleeping
laughing.
The audio was really bad.
'Cause
That's
I-
why
I actually did not watch
because
it.
it was like
I rewatched
10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and Jake's already sleeping. So I know I watched it, and people were just going nuts in there. And
The comments were impossible to read.
yeah, I
the
tried.
comments were just the flash. They were moving so fast.
I did my best to keep it professional. I did comment in it, but I kept it professional. If you guys noticed when they started the first time they started the run, the frequency kept changing, and they didn't catch it until they saw other people telling them that. So obviously I
Oh,
said
there was-
something about
there
that.
was so much.
And using the DD1 and they didn't put a load on it, and you can see that they're
Load.
yeah, it could be clipping after the fact since you put a load on it.
Bloody
things like that.
load.
Bloody
That's the
loads.
name of Thomas's new band.
Anyway, kept it professional.
Are you talking about the amp they used?
What are we talking about?
The DD1's is the gain setting
yeah.
device.
Oh, the gain setting device.
Well,
Um,
the amp they used, the fact they didn't even use their own amp, I did think was
They
funny.
said they wanted
It's like-
people said to use Scar. That's what they said.
I get that,
there
but
was
it's
a
like
choice between the two, I think. is what-
so that was one of my issues with the first video they did testing our subwoofer was they started with their 750 watt amp,
Right.
but they were only playing like 300 watts, and then all of a sudden they didn't say anything. They just we're gonna bump it up to 750 watts. And they had it close in, and I can see the term lab screen, so I can see the voltage, the current, the reactive load. And I'm like,
Right.
there is no way, it's impossible that amplifier is making that power. Something has changed, and I
Gotcha.
couldn't see the amp in the background. I don't know their products, and then I questioned it immediately. Like, there's some funny business going on, and that's when they said in the comments of their YouTube video that yes, they did change the amp. They did it, and they didn't show it on video. They didn't tell anybody. It's like, okay, well, you're already suspect now that you did this in the background. You went and changed the amplifier.
So I think
Right.
I think they were trying to be super transparent by saying you can pick the amp. Well, we have two here, but I think it just made the argument weak. Well, I'm not going to say.
Well, see, the thing
Your
with that
video
too,
that may or may not have had anything to do with this. You were very specific in keeping everything in a single shot, no editing, like on camera. I haven't seen the.
And when they did
Yeah.
their
Well,
last
I
one,
didn't
they
go like,
did the
oh, I
same thing.
sped it
changed
up.
amp. I didn't get a
Sped it up,
specific
I think.
amp. Like
It
the
was
amp
all-
we use
it
is the
was
amp that's always on
very
the test
specific single take. I love that, and you even had the stopwatch going, man.
That's
It was-
why
it was great.
That's why they went live on that last video they did. because they want.
Well,
they
I
want
didn't.
any
I didn't see
camera
that
trickery.
video. I didn't know about that video until the next day,
Yeah.
and it wasn't because it was only because of the damn memes.
There was a
And
lot.
It was
I
insane.
wake up and I'm going, what?
I've never seen
happened?
so many.
That happened
for
to me.
one
I
situation.
woke up and I was tagged like a billion times.
The one with Charlie is
Yeah,
my
the
favorite.
Charlie
That
meme.
cracked me up.
I actually said that. That was my joke.
Charlie loves
The
memes.
Charlie meme was that.
We
big.
love you, Charlie.
All right, so let's go to another question.
Sure.
And it seems like we've been talking a lot about coils ever since Nick was here with
Yeah.
the stair integrity.
This is a
So
good question.
we
I
can-
got a
we
good
can-
answer.
So this is Christian Wilbrandt, and he asks the advantages of the different coil configurations, like
Yep,
flat
yep,
wire,
yep.
round wire, hex wire, edge wound, uneven, and he shows us a picture of what looks like
That's
an
an
uneven.
LMS coil, yeah.
So
let me start. Let me start first with the first four types.
Yep.
You have a flat, round, hex, edge wound. That all has to do with packing density. The least packing density is round wire, but it's obviously the least expensive to manufacture. The next highest packing density is going to be either hex or flat.
right,
Hex is, I believe, proprietary to Morel, and so the hex shape stacks better together than round wire. Then flat wire is it's debatable which one's better, hex or flat. I'm going to say probably flat. Flat gives you even more packing density.
right,
Also, with flat wire, you can change the flattening ratio. So, for example, you can have a dual 2 and a dual 1 that have the same outer diameter, and that's really handy for having
Right.
multiple coil configurations in the same gap. We use flat in most of our big subs above the X for that reason. Then you go to edge wound, which has the maximum theoretical packing density because it's flat wire up on its edge, and
Yep.
there's essentially no air. The problem with edge wound is most companies will not make a dual voice coil edge wound, and you're kind of limited to how fat the wire can be by the flattening ratio and stuff like that. Now, I have seen a dual layer edge wound. It's really tricky to manufacture. That could be a dual coil, but then that's even weird because the wire actually has to be a different size because that round of wire is bigger around, so it's really complex.
right.
So going beyond the packing density scenario of the first four types, you go into the LMS. Now the LMS basically it works with a short top plate, so an overhung. And so you have the coil, but it's fatter on these areas. It's kind of like inverse XPL, I guess is the best way to describe
I
it.
gotcha.
So instead of the gap varying like XPL with the rebate, your coil varies. So
It's
you
less
yeah.
coil in the middle.
so you have
of the-
your top plate in the
former.
center with the low density area, and the fringe field is reaching basically the bottoms of the dense areas. And so as that coil leaves the gap and your overall amount of winding is exiting the gap, that denser part is entering at the same rate.
Yep.
So you get a flat BL curve out of it.
Well, there you go, Christian.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here's Philip Irish. He says, Donnie, if you haven't seen Detective Pikachu yet, you're a bitch.
Yeah, Donnie.
I love Pokemon
He hasn't even
I
seen
haven't
Forrest
watched-
Gump,
I
guys.
haven't
Donnie
watched
plays
Detective
Pokemon Go
daily.
literally
I love Pokemon.
everywhere we are.
Yeah.
He's probably playing it right now.
We're at a restaurant and we can't have a conversation with him because he's trying to catch fucking what's his name?
Licky tongue.
Bless his nuts.
Licky tongue.
I don't think we told that story.
He's trying to catch.
That's a good one.
He's trying to catch Lick D's nuts, and he keeps missing the Pokeball.
The Licky Tongue story is funny.
Balls. All right, so James Mayberry has a question for us. It says, do you guys prefer the V2 high, or I think this means Mega Roll,
yeah.
or the SPL roll? I guess it depends on what it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
Me personally, I think I would like the sound of the SPL cone better. I do enjoy that more traditional sound personally.
I like the Mega.
I
It just
enjoy
again,
Mega
it depends on what
as
you
well.
do.
Oh, between those two, definitely Mega Roll V2.
Mega Roll V2. Oh.
I'm not a fan of the SPL versions. I think if you're going for that sound, just stick with a typical surround.
Right.
You don't even need the Mega Roll for that. And if that's all you want is just that sound.
And
But
the
if
other
you-
thing
if
is
you need that excursion, go Mega Roll.
We've
V2.
got competitors
That's
using Mega
that's
Rolls
the one.
in SPL competitions,
Yeah,
and they
it's
were
just-
doing just fine.
Just depends on the frequency. Like if you're
Yeah.
peaking above 40, that SPL surround is going to gain you quite a bit of SPL. But if you're playing music, like I would stick with the V2 Mega Roll.
One of the other big advantages of the SPL cone and surround, if you could call it, is if you are limited on space, you need, let's say you want to use a ZV5 and it calls for 2.5 cubic foot, which is for a 12, but you only have 2 cubic foot to work with, then you can use the SPL cone it'll
Yeah.
work in that 2 cubic
It's
foot.
it's stiffer,
Oh,
so it lowers
cool.
your VAS. It's
Yeah.
like it's really stiff.
I think people's biggest misconception is they hear the name SPL and they automatically think it's going to be louder.
It's kind of
we
shaped
probably should have
differently.
called it.
That's-
We probably
it's
should have called it a
differently, too.
traditional roll at first.
Yeah, I was debating between SPL and like just standard roll,
Well,
but
and SPL sounds fine. It's,
Yeah.
it's still a cool name. Just automatically people go, oh, it's automatically going to be louder.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. Just
Yeah.
think because SPL typically tends goes to higher frequencies,
Yep.
so the SPL roll just shifts to a higher frequency.
We deal with that a lot in our just standard questions when
Yeah.
people call or email us. Hey man, I want all the upgrades for my ZV5. Well, guess what? Those upgrades aren't going to do you any good
Yeah.
for what you're trying to do.
And it's not always an upgrade. It's just
Yeah.
a different option.
It's different,
Don't
yeah.
look
Yep.
at it as an up, as a parallel
I think
option.
I think that most people think of SPL as synonymous with durability. It's going to be more durable. I think that just talking to people, that's kind of what they think.
yeah,
And that's not the
that's a
case.
misnomer sometimes because you'll see a lot of
Yeah.
companies use that in marketing, like SPL grade woofer.
Or
You know,
competition. They use the word
grade.
competition.
Oh,
yeah.
you see that everywhere.
We've-
Competition
we've
grade.
got like just install companies, or I can't get it out. Install facilities, dealers, not our dealers, but just dealers in general that will call in. Maybe they're built to build a box for somebody. It's
Yeah.
like, I want it more. I got this competition, whatever the hell, or this SPL, whatever the hell. I'm like, yeah, you're using that term a little bit loosely, but it's what they grew up with
Mhm.
saying, I guess.
Yeah.
I've seen SPL shit.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
stiff.
and well, like in terms of the craftsmanship used, because I can't help but say, but like I build subwoofers, and it looks like a lot of SPL shit is built by a monkey's butthole.
Yes. It's glue everywhere.
Yeah,
We got another question here from Steven Adams. He says, what's our favorite audio brand other than Sundown? I'll start off if you don't mind.
yeah. Go ahead.
Before I worked here, and before I was really huge into Sundown, my favorite brand was Infinity. I really enjoyed their products. They had I liked all their woofers and their components, their Kappa series, which was really
Well,
cool.
they actually still make a pretty good line.
I haven't played with their equipment since I
Yeah.
started working here.
Yep.
And I guess now that I work here, I guess I could say, other than us, maybe Stereo Integrity for for Nick and the type of
Yeah,
work.
But-
We know
Love
he makes
Stereo
good
Integrity.
equipment.
Yeah. So if I was gonna go big companies like probably JL. I really respect JL and what they do.
Mhm.
Small companies, of course. Nick Stereo Integrity is a good friend of mine, but Nick aside, because I work with him every day. So I really like. I think Incriminator has a great product line as well.
Yep. Derrick?
Oh, I mean, so before I started running Sundown, there was two big names I ran, and it was Rockford Fosgate and Kicker. And there's actually a bunch of old videos on my YouTube. I mean, really old stuff. Playing with like Kicker CBRs, which are one of my
Right.
favorite budget subs of all time. They get loud fairly easy,
Yep.
especially for their price.
Mhm.
But I ran a ton of old Rockford stuff, the old Team RF subs. Those were really awesome SPL subs. And but currently, I probably wouldn't touch any of their stuff right now. I'm not a fan. As soon as Rockford changed up their plastic cones, those cones they just weren't good. They're not durable. They can't
Mhm.
take any abuse. But when it came down, when I bought my first Sundown products before anything having to do with the company, like it was actually down to a Sundown 1500 and an Incriminator 20.1. That was the two amps I was trying to buy, and I could not find an Incriminator 20.1 anywhere. Like they were out of stock. Nobody had any used. Like
Yeah.
everybody was hoarding them.
That was a hell of an amp back when everybody was wanting
Yeah.
those.
So I'd say currently, if I wasn't running Sundown right now, Incriminator would probably be my brand.
I will say I
'Cause-
really enjoy
Because I like SPL, and I think they're a great SPL brand.
Yeah.
I enjoy the looks of their amps too. They got that
Yeah.
double stack look, which I know they have some that are considered double stack or whatever it is that they
Split
do.
force.
Split force.
I like Crescendo, but just because they have orange stuff. I like
Oh,
orange.
Orange is cool, Donnie.
I like
orange.
I like orange too.
I like turtles.
Speaking of Crescendo, if you guys, for those that were at the Alabama show and heard JP's new build, that thing's insane.
Oh, all of his mids are Crescendo, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah. We met the owner of Crescendo too.
Yeah, we're at JP's shop.
JP's shop.
Naveen.
Naveen. He's a really cool dude.
Yeah.
They also offer a half ohm warranty on their amps.
Yeah, it's like an
Kinda
upgraded
cool.
warranty
I
policy.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
You sound like a musician
JP's got a good
right now.
blend in his Tahoe now, where
Yeah.
he brought in the different model amps.
Yeah, Alfred and Def Balance stuff.
He's got the Alphard stuff in there, the Crescendo stuff. So he's trying to promote all the brands that he sells, and
Right.
that's cool.
And his brand.
Yeah, his wire.
Certified bass head.
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
Best wire in the game.
Who,
So right
who
here.
built that again? Who did that system again?
BRB.
It was James A. Taylor, right?
I believe so.
Tech 12.
No, not
Some-
no.
uh,
The Tech
Tech
12 one
12.
is our James Taylor.
Yeah,
High,
that's the other
high,
James
high
Taylor.
volt. High.
I forget.
It's
I got the two confused. One
James
time
A.
as
Taylor.
well.
high voltage or something.
It's not our James Taylor, a different James Taylor.
Both James Taylors do fantastic work.
Yeah.
Because I watched JP's video where he showed off the. I can't remember the guy's name.
But
It's very
yeah, he
nice.
did it. He did. He's got two big ass iPads in the dash now, and all this nice
Yeah.
new
Full
kick ass
custom
work.
dash.
A Sundown subwoofer as a steering wheel.
That was pretty cool.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
I can say I've done fabrication work. The amount of time it would take to build that dash.
Yep.
It just, oh my god,
A lot.
It
Yeah,
is-
it's pretty nuts.
Actually,
It's
the,
insane.
the first time I saw that is kind of a funny story. I was messaging JP about, work related warranty stuff, and I asked him a question, and he just messaged me back with that steering wheel, a picture of that steering wheel, like before it was shown anywhere. He just had his hands on that steering wheel.
We made that here.
I didn't know that.
We made that
That's pretty
and
cool.
sent it to him.
And I was like, I don't know what that means.
I don't know if he didn't want people to know that. Yeah, I think Mike built the whole steering wheel. The whole. I mean, it's
It's
just
so
it's
cool.
just a frame and cone
Right.
and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Just make an adapter
we
to
built
make it
all
work.
that here and sent it to him so they could adapt it on.
It's really cool looking.
Hell yeah!
I like it a lot.
All right, so we got another. Actually, we're going to switch to voicemails, and for folks that ever want to call us and leave us a voicemail, phone number is 252-969-0005.
Say it in Spanish.
252-969-0005.
Not this time. Not enough energy for that.
So
So I got to do my Spanish radio voice.
we've got a question here. Let's see what this says here. You know what? I don't know if we're going to hear it. Actually, that's a text message. So this guy texted us.
You should screen these, man.
Yeah,
So what's
whatever.
it say? It's too small.
It says,
over
how
here.
long has Shawn Bellinger been a silent majority partner, and why is it such a guarded secret?
Well, he's not. So
That's the end of
That came from a North Carolina phone number, by the way, on the East Coast.
yeah, that is false.
a silent majority
spam.
partner.
Sean runs EMF Audio, and
who did
he's
that?
he's a dealer for us.
Somebody we know did that.
The fucking internet.
Here's a voicemail. Good Lord.
Hey,
This is Kendrell. We'll go to his last one here. Let's see what it says. Ooh, can we hear it?
Yep.
What's going on? Jake, I got to ask you, because I know you try to, be low key. You got to remain professional. You're running a business. But
But let's throw that out the
After-
window.
the initial video that Rockville did, where they blew the SA-12 in like 2.5 minutes, Derrick did the torture test. Hell, I even did my own little real-world video of me playing that exact song that they said a sub couldn't play. And then tonight, they did the whole thing where they ran that SA-12 for like 13 minutes. I mean, how does that make you feel? Because I already knew what it could do, and I know you knew. But knowing that they've just proven your point, how does that make you feel?
it feels good, man. I mean, I've always been confident in my products, but it was interesting to see somebody kind of stumble upon that was very much unaware of what the SA-12 was capable of.
Right. And they did a real world live video with it, and we thank you for the advertisement, I guess.
Yeah. And
Back in the day,
you knew immediately too. The SA-12 just has such a reputation. They did their first test where it blew in that 2.5
Yeah.
minutes, and
Yeah.
the entire internet went, "Hold up, something ain't right."
Yeah.
Like literally, the entire
Right.
internet stopped and said,
Screech.
"Y'all effed up."
Yep.
Yeah.
By the way,
Well,
Kendrell
fuck it.
Kendrell
SA-12.
left this voicemail maybe 2 minutes after the live video stopped. He
So
called
Thomas-
us immediately.
Thomas has something for us over here.
Oh no, it's just I had asked Jake before. I was like, and I, now that I'm saying it out loud, I think Kendrell had already asked this. I was like, "What's the subwoofer that you're the most proud of?" And like, depending on what day it is, you've either said the SA-8 V2 because that was your first tool.
Trove basket, yep.
Yeah, or you said the SA-12 because that's just the bread and butter. Like it's
Yep.
hard to make it better.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful sub. Love it.
And
And the version 2 is still coming out, though.
Yes, sir. I am going to keep the 10s and 12s in the current SA run as an SA Classic model.
Right. That's awesome. All right, so we've got... This guy has 2 questions. Let's go to the first one here.
Hey guys, this is a question for Jacob.
on the Everyday Audios podcast last week or the week before, there was a little debate on whether or not the shape of a cone can change how much air it displaces.
It cannot. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yep.
Actually,
Shape
but it's
completely doesn't matter.
But it's cone area, right? Like how much?
It-
you
No,
have.
piston area, Donnie.
Yeah, or piston area.
Piston area. Okay.
You don't measure this way because it holds shape.
Yeah.
Here, because it holds shape.
Yeah, stay on
and
the mic.
moves like this.
This is important.
How's that
Okay,
go, Derek?
if
So-
it inverted itself, if you had a deep cone and it physically flopped out, cool. The
Yeah.
deeper the cone's going to move more air. But if it just maintains this shape and does this, you're doing the same as if you're flat.
No
You're doing
difference.
this.
Actually,
So
uh,
yeah, a lot of people like to argue the deeper the cone, the
I'll
more
make a
air it's
video of
going
this and
to
prove it.
Yeah,
displace.
so
It's just not true.
I can't find it again because you know how Facebook is. But Andy, sorry if I butcher his last name, Andy Weinheimer, I believe, from Audio Frog, formerly of Harman International, posted a really good diagram about that on the internet because people were arguing about it, and he was just like, "No, zero difference, guys.
Yeah.
Check this out."
Well, the best thing I saw, somebody made the argument. They said, if that was the case, as soon as you inverted a speaker, it would fall on its face. It would
Right.
actually be in the negative because it's now inverted.
Right.
But as we know, that doesn't happen. You
Right.
can invert a speaker,
Yeah, people
and
do it all the time.
Aside from other things that'll change as far as displacements or whatever, inverting speaker doesn't. You don't give negative cone area.
Hey, what did the guy have a second question, Brian?
No, he was just adding on to the same question,
yeah.
but we just covered all that.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
no reputable company has ever made a super deep woofer and complained what am I trying to say? And claimed that it had more displacement.
Stephen Adams, who just answered his question not long ago, he says this time we need to get the mad dude drunk and turn him in the direction of Scar.
No.
By the way, I think
When I get drunk, all I have is wrong and hurtful shit to
Right.
say. And I don't want to
Have a
say
beer, by
that
the way?
in front of the entire world. I really don't. So you're never
you.
going to see me drunk per se on this show
Speaking of
because
drunk.
it's recorded.
Thomas will start telling you how bad Walking Dead was and shit.
yeah,
I hate
Game
The
of
Walking
Thrones.
Dead. I hate
I
Game
quit
of
watching it,
Thrones.
Thomas.
I
It'll make you happy.
I
quit watching
hate
the show.
all. I hate
Donnie, you watch
all
it,
of
don't you?
television.
Yeah,
I
I
really
love
do.
Game
I
of
think
Thrones.
television is
The
just
Walking
bullshit.
The Walking Dead.
I love The Walking Dead too.
Of course, you
I
do.
also don't like pretty much anything that brings any of you joy.
Thomas doesn't like things that make money. 'cause he
I
thinks they're all
am I am what you would call a player hater. Yeah,
Yes.
I just
Don't
love
hate the
to
player, hate the game.
So
Thomas hates the player and the games.
Damn.
yeah,
Speaking of
the Dave Chappelle skit, player haters ball. Watch that shit.
oh, I watched my Clayton Bigsby shirt, or I wore my Clayton Bigsby shirt yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Okay. So pause this. This is garbage. Go to another window. Watch that shit. That's real shit.
Clayton
The-
Bigsby.
No. The player haters ball and Clayton Bigsby.
Yeah.
That's funny shit. This isn't.
What else is funny is the Key and Peele skit on the airplane. with
Oh.
the Drax them sklounced.
Me and Donnie are trying to
Certainly
find
not
a way
talking
to
about Terry
These
Claus.
guys are going to be those dudes for him.
those dudes for help.
Really,
Donnie already looks
like a
I
white
have-
Jordan Peele.
He
I'm-
looks like Jordan Peele
Which-
already.
I'm
I
pretty
take
sure I
that.
have to shave my head,
Yeah,
Yeah.
do it.
but it's again
You can find a good hair artist to get that funny little
Certainly
smiles.
not.
on
we
it.
Talk about
we
Terry
bleed for the
Claus.
memes, bro.
You
We
got a
bleed for the
fireboard of
memes.
Terry.
I get the
Fireboard Terry.
fucked up teeth too.
I'm gonna method act. I'm gonna be in
What is it?
fucking character for 48 hours. People are gonna hate me.
I love that
What
skit
does he
so
say?
much.
Like you're in the action seat, or what is it?
Yeah, you're in the action
Combat
seat,
seat.
son.
Combat seat.
You're in the combat seat.
I'm gonna have a little 3D
Derek, have you
printed
seen
gun.
this? Oh my gosh, Derek.
Polyurethane. Is that what he says?
100% polyurethane.
League wow.
These mamma jammas can't detect this.
If you don't know what we're talking about, again,
so funny.
start a new tab.
I-
Google
I
that
had
shit.
never,
This shit
You
sucks.
got a
That's actual
fireboard of
comedy.
Terry.
I had never watched Key and Peele because I didn't think I've seen a couple skits and I didn't think it was that funny.
What?
And I had never really watched it, but
This one.
it was funny because Dave Lieb.
And then I said,
See, I don't think that one's that funny. I'll be
You
honest.
don't?
I don't think that one's that
well,
funny.
you haven't seen Forrest Gump.
But that's
So-
true.
Yeah.
But I've seen several skits since. Like actually, David Lieb introduced me to the terrorist attack one, which was hilarious.
Drax.
But then there's the
them
other one with
sklounced.
the two pimps that are trying to tell the class how to
Oh,
give
yeah.
oral sex.
Oh my
And
god.
that's hilarious.
That is really funny.
Do you mean
he's
like cunnilingus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Cunnilingus, right?
He's like, hey, young
Am I
man,
using
how do
the
you
right
like
word?
your BJs?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, man, every day. He's like, shut the fuck up. Oh, that was really funny.
Oh man.
So hopefully we can keep doing these shows. Like I said, folks, the computer's still a little messed up, but I think we got it down pat. I might
Watch
need to get some
none
more
of this
memory.
record.
Yeah, this could be. Maybe there's no sound
Look,
or
it
something.
says Sundown Chrome. We have our own browser.
Yep.
I bet you're really fucking proud about
Man,
that.
there's a little subwoofer right there. You see it?
You know,
You're
we do need a Sundown app.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. So
Yeah.
what would the app do? Like, what would it do?
Have all the
Anything we
specs
wanted
on it
to
and
do.
shit, man.
You can do anything.
Yep.
You can have people just make apps. It's like a thing now.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
I
It's
mean,
it's less
Made in
expensive now
China,
than it
bro.
used
You
to
pay
be.
a Chinese 8-year-old like $5 to make you an app.
Jesus.
It's on Alibaba
Derek.
right now.
Have Thomas a hate app. He just go around and hate things.
Hate.
Look at this.
Let the
that
hate out.
we could have like an animated, like a virtual Thomas, and you can just type anything in and it'll tell you that he hates it.
That's stupid.
How
That
do you
made
like
too
my
much
hair?
money. It's stupid.
You know what I think would be cool for a Sundown app?
Thomas,
so,
what should I do today? You shake your phone because they all accelerometers. What should I do today, Thomas? Go fuck yourself.
like a Magic 8-Ball app.
Yep.
No, say someone's got their car and they're like, what Sundown product do I want to put in my car? So you take your measurements and you put that in the app, and it says, "Bam! This is the products that will go
Right.
in that space." And
Well, the-
I think that would be a cool.
Derek's
app.
going to
I
start
love how
development.
Derek
that would be awesome, but man, that's
Actually
a lot
being
of
constructive.
that's
Derek
a lot
is-
of work. You
Derek
have to
like
figure out
cares.
displacements and
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
like
yeah.
that on
No,
enclosure
It'll be
sizes and shit.
simple. You just have to know. I mean, you got your basic box thing. You put your measurements in. You got
Right.
your length time, width time, height. You're going to know your available volume, and you just have to know what subwoofers will work in that available volume. And
So-
it'll pop out. You can do 4 8s or 1 ZV512 or 2 SA12s, and it would tell you
If you
instantly.
have two 400-watt subs, that's 1,000, I believe.
Is that CEA rated? Is that max rated? Is it RMS rated?
That's a certain kind of math.
The app's
Anyway.
broken.
Like I was saying, we hope to keep doing the shows
Flounced.
once a week like we've been. Again, it's very hot in this room, so we're not sure how
Actually,
things are going to go with that.
on a whole other level of
Go
that.
ahead.
This is a real comment, and this is how people view things and see things. I said
Mhm.
this. So I did the LCS video, and I tried to really highlight this is a $92 subwoofer.
You
And
said
one
it
of the-
like 8 times.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's something that's real big. People are all about cheap.
Right?
And I don't like calling products cheap when sometimes they're just inexpensive. Cheap products typically means products garbage. Well, this
Yep.
isn't garbage. It's just an inexpensive product. It's a great product. It's well within $92. If you compare it to other products in that price range, it's very comparable.
Right.
But immediately people go, well, that's only rated 300 watts. It shouldn't be $92. A real comment, the guy's like, that's only a 300 watt subwoofer. It should only be $75 at max because it's only a 300 watt subwoofer.
Yeah.
And it's like the other subwoofers you're getting in this price range might tell you they're rated 1,000 watts.
Yep.
They are not going to handle 1,000
No.
watts. This one
Right.
will handle what it says. So there's truth in advertising here. But it's like,
We also have an employee who
Did
runs
you
that
say
product,
the
correct?
difference? But
Yes.
what was like $73 and
so the subs,
75 and
subs
92.
$92.99 right now.
75
the
and
guy said
92?
because it's only a 300 watt rated subwoofer. It should be worth no more than $75.
And
He
the
was
other- and the
bitching
other-
about $17, Thomas.
And the other companies might say,
17
"Oh, this
fucking
is 500
dollars.
watts or
You
600
don't have
watts."
17 fucking dollars.
They also use that so-called max rating, which is all bullshit.
It's all, it's all
When
bullshit.
from
So
I own some cheap products now because I participated in the $150 challenge for years. I don't even in times when I don't put scores up because I kind of don't want to compete against people.
right.
But I own a bunch of cheap products. I own the Hi-Fi subs. I own a ton of those Titans. They're in my
yeah.
office right now. I've got so many of those Titan subs. Like I'm familiar with inexpensive products and how well they perform and what kind of power they'll handle. And when it comes to that price range, the LCS is a quality product. It's very comparable.
Get your
But
shit together and get
it-
17 more
Yeah,
fucking
right.
dollars.
Yeah.
It has truth in advertising. Because the thing is, that $92 subwoofer is comparable to those other subs that claim they handle a bunch more power.
Yeah.
But
That
they-
case
but they
of
don't.
beer that you're going to drink while you're installing your woofers costs $17. There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Just don't drink the beer or a case of it.
Yeah, because on that same line, like the E12 was actually the first sub that I did the torture test on, and it's rated 500 watts. This thing's like $150 over the counter right now, and we put 750 watts in that thing like for 5 minutes straight, and it didn't care. And there's subwoofers that are rated more that will not handle that power.
Correct.
You know, it's like
Yep.
this is a very good value for what you get, but because Sundown has truth in advertising, people are like, oh, that must not be as good as a subwoofer.
Right.
People are weird.
This is also something that happens again. I hate to like always bring this up, but it's fucking true. So the music industry, if something's cheap, everyone goes, what's wrong with it? And they go, it's cheap, it can do this. They go, what's wrong? So then the companies have to raise the price, and then like I won't talk shit about any companies, but the major brands, they're outrageously priced because otherwise people will go, oh, it's made here, it's made there, but it costs this. What's wrong with it? And that's like a huge thing.
Without a doubt, there's two ends to the spectrum.
Yeah,
right.
Where you got the people that want cheap, and you got people that want expensive.
A lot of people, and there's people out there who'll just say, "Oh, it's the most expensive. I want that," not realizing they're buying shit.
Well, you got the people that go, they'll do this thing where they say, "I want a 1,000-watt subwoofer. What's the cheapest one I can buy?"
Right.
They want the cheapest. Then you got the other people that are like, "Oh, that's really expensive. It must be good."
Right.
So that's your opposite ends of the spectrum. The way people go.
And I hate to say it's like people that buy our team woofers just because it's the most expensive woofer we offer.
They might not need
They
it.
don't need it.
Yeah, they totally don't need it.
Or they can't provide the power needed for it because even it takes so much to push a team woofer.
Yeah.
You know.
And way more than just the wattage of you buy a team,
Right.
and you have to buy a huge amplifier.
Your charging
now you need a
system's gotta
huge
be up
battery
to
bank
bar.
and a bunch of wire and alternators. You need everything to accompany
It's a very
that.
niche product.
I won't name names or anything, but there was the one, like, remember the Honda Civic, and they wanted to put 2 teams in the trunk?
Yes.
Like, that's not going to fit.
Right.
That's not going to work.
The fucking car will be
Dude.
squatting.
That'll be 5 times more valuable than a car.
Yeah.
Well, that's how it goes. I think we've all owned vehicles where the system costs way more than the vehicle itself. So
I think the head unit in my Jeep is worth more than the Jeep, and it's like $100 head unit.
The musical equipment that I own is
The
worth
Jeep is still
more than me. Yeah, like
the Jeep is still iconic because
Oh yeah.
I mean you traded a sub and an amp for that thing like 8 years ago.
No, dude, it's been 11 years now.
somebody will.
11 years ago.
I bet you somebody
And
will
it's
pay
still-
top dollar
It's
for that
almost still in
thing.
the exact condition.
It still runs
that
and
you got
drives,
it in 11 years ago.
Yeah.
You even bought a Jeep just because you liked Jeeps that was
Yeah.
just like it, and it didn't last
It was
as long.
it was a 4-door. Well, I crashed it. That's what happened.
Well, yeah.
It's now a gambler car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it still drives, but I did run into a tree.
Boy, that was fun.
That was fun.
Man, we hit a tree doing at least 30.
Oh yeah.
And the whole back end just
It was
lifted
out of
off
my
the ground.
property. We were just driving around being crazy.
I was there.
Yep.
Yep.
Fun times right there.
Me and Brandon turned that into the gambler Jeep,
Mhm.
and we drove that thing 500 miles across Alabama.
Yep.
But
With
what
no-
was it? You couldn't turn one direction.
You can't turn
It
left
does.
very good.
It turns different depending on which way you go. I forget which is which. But
Left-
yeah,
because we hit
one
the tree.
direction it turns really easy, another one not so much.
Left sucks,
no.
dude.
Yeah.
But
we
it made it. But
yeah,
it
we
made
made
it.
it, and we
Okay.
had no, like other guys were bringing these crappy cars, and they had like support vehicles following them just in case. We're just out here like YOLO, like whatever.
Go, baby,
Black,
go.
Yeah,
white,
we had
and
our
green.
we didn't even take extra clothes with us. We're like we'll be fine for the weekend. We're wearing the same clothes all weekend. We just had some camping stuff in the back and just got in the truck and went
That sounds fun.
500
They
miles.
do that once a year, don't they?
They do it all. Each state does their own, and yeah, each state does one once a year.
Okay.
Of whoever wants to put it on for that.
That
state.
was in springtime last year, I believe.
We should take the RAV2
yeah,
out, Thomas.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna end it here. If you guys are interested in seeing me naked, or not naked, but
What?
take my pants off, you have to watch our live video that we did last week or 2 weeks ago. We like I said, the equipment was
Don't
messed up.
watch it.
So we put up some tablets up in our
You
doorway
just scared
Why would
everybody
you
off.
do this?
because I have to talk about it. I want more views on that particular video.
You should
Then
probably
they gotta
delete
take it
that
down.
video.
We should.
We
yeah.
did a 3-hour long
It was probably
live
the
Hey,
worst
tell
video.
about
episode.
your idea today.
Oh, we have to do the 24-hour one?
No,
No, not
About-
24
We were talking
hours.
about we're gonna have to unload the container.
Oh, yeah, we were all going to get, like, Sundown Audio Speedos. All of us, and just unload the container with
There you
them.
go. You're gonna do it,
This is
Jake?
the first
'Cause
I've heard
You haven't
about
unloaded
this.
a container in years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You gonna
Stevie
do
was
it?
complaining it was too hot, and Jake said, "Well, then you got to work in a speedo." And I'm like, "Then we're unloading containers
Okay.
and speedos."
All right, so I'm about
I'll
to
do it.
I'm about to bring out one of these ideas, so that we double down on it. An 8-hour live Sundown After Dark stream.
That'd
I
be
was
for the,
planning on doing
Sundown
that
show.
actually. I
Sundown
actually
show.
had a thought
Hell
of doing
yeah.
that the Friday before our show when all the dealers and everybody's coming in.
8
and just
hours.
have people. I'll just be here for 8
live.
hours. I'll probably be hammered by the time I'm done.
Probably.
I would highly recommend just bring a camera to shipping
Yeah.
and just set a camera up on that door because that's where everybody congregates
Right.
before sundown.
So get
Everybody
hyped for
comes
that
there.
shit.
That's the party.
Get hyped for that shit. Comment. Hashtag 8 hours live. You get a free shirt. Compliments of Derrick. You get.
We'll make a custom shirt just for that.
You get a piece
Hashtag.
of glass from one of his windshields.
She loves my 8 hours.
I've
She
saved
loves
every
my
windshield.
8
There's a pile
hours.
of them growing on
With
this
that
wall.
being
It
said-
Put
goes
'em in little vials
strong
and sell
for
'em.
8 fucking hours.
Ooh, that's a long strong. I do plan on doing a long live video the day before our show. We'll see how long it goes. Everybody say bye to that camera right there.
Fuck
Have a good
you.
night, everybody.
You really should do. Even if you don't do a live, do whatever. Like
Sundown After Dark. Your host, Bryan Chamberlain.